invited you. What kind of sordid, messed up game are you playing? You turn up out of the blue and pollute the environment.
Stop it, please.
No, we will not play your messed up, twisted game anymore. Your intentions are clear. We will not tolerate.
Mother!
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Movie Buffer. Tonight, we are going to review The Strays. Oh my god, this movie is so horrible. It's very horrible, don't watch it. Okay, goodbye. Okay, but if you want to stay for the review, please do. The Strays. The Strays is a 2023 British horror thriller film written and directed by Nathaniel Martello-White in his directorial debut. So we'll give him a little leeway, but not much. In the film, a woman named Neve, played by Ashley Madekwe, is a biracial, upper-class woman leading an idyllic life with her family. She is a socialite in her community and the deputy headmistress of a private school. Neve's privileged life is jeopardized when her troubled past resurfaces to undermine everything she has built. Oh, and the name Neve is an Irish feminine name given meaning bright or radiant or snow or white. This will mean a lot in the context of the movie. Okay, first of all, warning, spoilers abound. Okay, there's no way to review this movie without spoiling it. And you know what? I really don't care about spoiling this movie because it sucked! It stinks! Thank you. God. We're gonna get through this, okay? If you haven't seen it and you want to watch it and make your own, kind of judgment on it, stop right now, go watch it, and then come back, okay? Now, for those of you who have seen it, let's talk. Shall we? And if you loved it, please enlighten me. And if you didn't, please tell me why I'm right. So spoiler alert, stop now if you haven't seen it. If you have seen it, let's continue. Let's discuss. This is a movie about guilt and retribution. A woman, Neve, whose actual name was Cheryl, a woman left her two kids, age 5 and 10. The movie is not really specific on that. I'm assuming that these are the roundabout the ages, and if I missed it in the movie, let me know what the actual ages are, but I think it's 5 and 10. She left her kids to be raised by their abusive father, but apparently he left them as well, and left them with their aunt, which is Neve's sister. And oh, by the way, Neve's real name is Cheryl. She changed her name, okay? She changed her name to make a new identity for herself or something. We learn later on in the movie that the Cheryl's sister gave them away, meaning possibly they were put in a foster care situation. So they were kind of institutionalized since a very young age. The movie didn't really clarify, but from the way these kids are acting and reacting as adults, it would seem that foster care and an abusive situation in foster care, or at least just feeling thrown away and abandoned by literally everybody, would seem very plausible. Alright, so in the movie, 20 years goes by. The movie begins with her taking her two children, a girl and a boy, to school, just doing the normal things. She's doing charity work. She works at the school, as we stated. She is the deputy headmaster, and this is British. So in America, that's like the principal and the assistant principal. So she's the assistant principal in the school. In a private school at that. And she's living a pretty good life, She has obviously a very wonderful man as a husband. She has these two gorgeously beautiful kids. She has an amazing home. She is doing charity work, so everybody knows her in the community. Very affluent community. And yeah, nothing amiss, of course, as all horror movies begin. Everything is beautiful. But I don't really consider this a horror movie. But anyway, we'll get to that. So 20 years has gone by since she left her first kids, which is also a girl and a boy. 20 years have gone by, and these adult kids, adult as in, I'm assuming the 5-year-old is maybe in her mid-20s and the boy is 30 or late 20s. I'm not sure. Like I said, the movie was not very clear. But they return, the two of them return to where she is, or not so much return, they find her, find out where she's living. They've researched her, they found her, and now they've come to enact their revenge on their biological mother. And like I said, I'm trying to do the math on their ages. The little girl she left was at the age of about 5 in the videos that they show, and the son looked like he was about 7 or 10 between that age. The mother, Cheryl, changed her name and had gotten married to a man named Ian. Their courtship is not a part of the story, nor her having the kids, so assuming she met her husband not too long after she left, maybe 5 years or so after she left. Now, the racial aspect was that she was a light-skinned black woman who left her very dark-skinned kids who look absolutely nothing like her at all on any level, but whatever. Then she married a white man and had 2 mixed children. Okay, now the original daughter, Abigail, aka Dion, lands a job with Neve's husband, Ian. So when they come to this town where she is now living, they get jobs. Abigail, the girl who looks, like I said, looks to be about in her early 20s, she gets a job with her husband in his office. And I can't remember what he does, something random, they may have said it, I don't know. But anyway, he has his own business and he hires her. The man, or the boy, who is now a man, the original kid, he gets a job at the school as a janitor. This is kind of how they're kind of wiggling their way in. Their whole plan is to come there, be there for, I don't know, a week or so, or however long it takes, just to get in there. I don't even understand why they even needed jobs. Maybe they did it in order to get more information about her. And I also think they did it to get an in with the family, like an in to know more about the family, to ask questions, to have access, and to ingratiate themselves with the children, because the girl, the original girl, daughter, ingratiates herself with the new daughter, and the boy, the man, who's the janitor, the original son, ingratiates himself with her new son, who's in high school. So, I'm not sure why they do this, but they do it. Because by the time you end up in the end of the movie, it's like, you didn't even have to do any of that, because that didn't even make sense. Lord. This is not a horror movie, folks. This is a thriller, and I wouldn't even say a psychological thriller as they claim it to be, because it's not that psychological. They didn't take time to really discuss or to go into any kind of psychology or anything. It's just too discombobulated. So these kids, who are now practically adults or actual adults, decide to come and wreak literal havoc on their mother and her new family. They are so angry and a bit crazy, basically criminally insane with pure unadulterated jealousy. The problem with this is that you don't feel anything for the original kids that she left. Hell, I was sitting there like, it makes it seem like that she actually did the right thing by leaving these little fucking creatures behind. Even if you are pissed that your parent left you to start a new life or whatever, sure, that's absolutely wrong, but it's been 20 years. It's over. You're not even a kid anymore. Deal with it. What the hell is she supposed to do at this point? She can't turn back time. She can't take you back to when you were a little kid and restart it. It's done. You have to move forward. But in this movie, these kids decide, instead of moving forward with themselves and their lives, they decide, or even just coming and meeting her, they decide to completely destroy her life like they were a bunch of crazed strangers who decided to, rape and murder some other strangers. I don't know. It's just, anyway. But how many kids have lost a parent or both parents to be raised by family or gone into foster care? She left. Okay, that's bad. But she didn't leave them at a bus station or molest them or even beat them. She just left. Big whoop. Way it goes. So they come to torture not only her, but their half-brothers and sister, and her husband, who is completely innocent of all of this, and the kids are completely innocent. They come back, they talk to her. She goes a little crazy because she doesn't know who the hell they are. They've been kind of following her around in some weird way. She doesn't know who they are. She feels scared and threatened. She's like, who are these people? Why are they following me? And then when they do confront her at a party, no less, she goes kind of, off on them. She's like, get out of here. She kind of starts screaming and things like that. To me, perfectly normal. Although I don't know if I would have done that at a party, but I would have definitely asked them to leave because who the hell are you? And then he goes, Mother, doesn't stop, and then she kind of clicks. So she hasn't seen them since they were kids, so she did not recognize them as adults. So anyway, so they decide, okay, so she says, okay, I'm gonna meet up with them, I'm gonna talk to them, and she does. She meets with them, I think like at a diner that's right by the bus stop. She meets with them. She gives them money. She gives them like $20,000, basically $10,000 each. And she said, I'm sorry. She's like, things will be better. I mean, they're not like little kids who need a place to stay. I mean, they're not like underaged, okay? And so she was like, give me some time, give it time, and, we'll move forward. And I do want you in your life, but here's some money to get started in your own life. So it's not like she just, told them to go to hell, get out and have the police, take them away. She did go and she talked to them. I mean, what can she do at this point? Because it's been a million freaking years. You think that it's okay. Of course, they're looking at her like they're some crazed, insane criminals from, I don't know, just ridiculous faces, ugh. So they decide that wasn't enough. $20,000, not enough, and maybe it's not enough, and yes, it's the emotional part, it's not the money, it's about the fact that you left. But what are we supposed to do at this point? But anyway, so they come back that night after everything. She tells her husband, she tells her children what has occurred, who they are, etc. Her husband says, we are a family, we're going to stick together, we're going to do this, we're going to make it happen, we just have to make it work. And they can come around anytime they want, but we all need time, we have to stick together, which makes sense. So that's beautiful for him, and they all hug, and it's like, okay, great. Fast forward to later on that night, the two hellion demon children, who are now adults, crazed, come back, sneak into the house quite easily, actually. Nobody hears them break in, but they just kind of break into the house and they walk around and no one's hearing this. It's so weird. That was stupid. They started making the house like their own. They turn the TV on. They start, grabbing snacks out of the cupboards. They just start rummaging around or whatever. The kids, the boy, her son, hears them, comes downstairs, and then, of course, the mayhem ensues, where they grab him and they do all this crazy stuff. They run the... Okay, I'm not going to go into all of this. It's just think of the Mansons coming to your house and deciding to torture and killing you. This is basically what this was. This was like a Manson killing murder bullshit, okay? It's so ridiculous. I don't even want to go into it. But it's so stupid. The reactions are stupid. They end up killing and murdering the husband, who had absolutely nothing to do with this. So they murder him for what reason? I don't know. I don't even know why they just grab her and murder her immediately. If that's what they wanted to do, but instead they murder him, they torture her, they torture the kids, and in the very ending, they have food delivered for some crazy reason. Food is being delivered because the original daughter wants to have a birthday party because it's her birthday, which I don't believe it's her birthday, but whatever, who cares? She's freaking psychotic. He's psychotic. They're both a bunch of psychotics. And so the mom, Cheryl, or Neve, tells the delivery boy to wait a minute. She's about to go and get a tip. She goes upstairs to get a tip. Now, why the murder is daughter, original daughter, allows her to just go rummaging around upstairs for several minutes. She could have been doing anything. She could have had another phone upstairs. They don't know. That was stupid. And so she comes downstairs, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes later, gets her purse, comes down and goes to the door, gives the guy a tip, but hold on, she never comes back. She gets onto the motorcycle or whatever that the kid is driving to do his deliveries, and she takes off with him and probably pays him quite a bit to take her to the nearest whatever. And that's where it ends, where them standing there at the door going, her old children and her new children both dumbfounded that she left. And now she left both of them or all of them. And at this point, I don't blame her, although it's crazy, but it's such a stupid premise. The story is stupid. The whole thing is utterly ridiculous. How did this get made? I'm a writer, okay? Personal bent and rant. I'm a writer. I write novels. I have 4 published novels, and they will probably never see the light of day, or definitely make it to a movie screen. This crap makes it to a movie screen of any kind? Netflix? This is what you're churning out? Well, here, Netflix, I got 4 books you can churn out, and they'll be a hell of a lot better than anything. This is crap. If you're curious about this movie, then go ahead. Go ahead and watch it. It completely infuriated me. I haven't watched a movie that infuriated me as much as this one. Now, I have watched some crazy, stupid movies. Antebellum is one of them. I should do a review and make a whole playlist of movies I hate that are crap, but, and maybe I will, because I did watch Antebellum and it's just as stupid as this, but I think this is more stupid than Antebellum, which I didn't realize that was possible, but it is. I hated it. Okay, I've never really hated a movie so much. This movie sucked on so many levels. I want my 1 hour and 37 minutes back. So, have you seen The Strays? Tell me what you thought in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching. And as always, peace. 2 fingers.